So it's 10 months since we built the digester and the toilets, and everything is looking really good and in really good condition. Here's the cow shed. The cows are out to graze, but the cow shed's still looking very good, and the cows are in very good condition, and the pigs have had piglets, which was really good news. I came back early for two reasons. One was Peace's graduation. She was the first person from the home to graduate, and we had a brilliant day, and it was a fantastic achievement. And the other reason was for Christmas at Ebenezer. This is the children dressed up in their best clothes with lots of food and all the presents from the people at Chorleywood. But the home hadn't been without its problems. They'd had the kitchen pulled down and they were having to use a temporary kitchen in the hut, which was very difficult. And they had no water. The borehole had run dry and there was no water coming up, and as you can see, when it rained the place was flooding, making it very difficult to cook or do anything. So we decided that the answer really was rainwater harvesting. As they were getting so much rain, we decided that we needed to put in some underground tanks so that they would have a supply of water, and we needed to build a new kitchen. So we started out by digging some big holes for putting in underground containers. So the wall's now 5 feet, and this is a ring beam going in to support the centre. And here you can see the reinforcement concrete for the top of the tanks, the hole for the manhole cover to allow people in to clean out the sediment. And here you can see them making the ties for holding the steel rods together. And this is one of the finished tanks. Each tank holds about 15,000 litres of water, which gives us a capacity of 30,000 litres. Here you can see the two tanks together. When the first one is full, it overflows into the second tank. Here we have the men putting in a stand for a header tank so that we can get water pressure, making formwork out of the wood and then filling it full of concrete. And here is the finished tower. The guttering and the downpipes which collects the water. And here is a foot pump that we bought from Kampala, which pumps the water to the head of the tank. And here we have the boys with an instructor from Makerere University. They're using the soil that came out of the hole which we dug for the rainwater harvesting, mixing it with sand and cement, and they're going to make ISSB blocks. ISSB blocks are baked in the sun rather than fired like traditional bricks, so there's no need for firewood, which makes them very eco-friendly. Here you can see the instructor showing them how they pack the machine and how the machine works. It's quite a strenuous process, as you'll see. And here is our first ISSB brick. You'll notice there are grooves and ridges on the brick where they link together. This saves on sand and cement and makes them a very economical brick to use. Day 3 of the brick cut. This is the bricks that are left that they've made, around about 300 now. And they're getting on very nicely, just beginning to get into the swing of it. And here are the finished ISSB blocks. There's around 2,000, and that meant we were ready to start to build the kitchen. .
That's the sink, and those are the gas. That's why Aunt Christine is gonna be cooking from there. This is great. This water is coming from the tank. We'll see the tank later.
Johnny, I say, Bonano Bapaka.
It had been a very successful trip. They had rainwater harvesting and a new kitchen, but things were still not right. In 2013, the Ugandan Orphanage Relief Fund, UORF, took over the running of the home. UORF already run 5 homes in Uganda, and some of the older children from the home had already gone there, so they were very familiar with them. They're a Chicago-based charity with the Ugandan board. One of the boys from the home became the new manager, Richard Kayamba, and Aunt Christine remained as cook, and Soldier Man became the security and maintenance man. But in November 2013 there was a fear that the home may have to close, but thanks to 40 new sponsors we managed to keep the home going. Immediately they got new beds and they started to go to better schools with proper uniforms and all the proper equipment. The home has been doing very well since that time. The children renamed it Ebenezer, which means to have come from afar with God, and Kisoboka, a Luganda word for it is possible. In December 2013, I went back to the home and we rented a large piece of land for growing crops. We also put in land drainage and another underground container for more water. We also rebuilt the hut because it had fire damage from the season before it. The washrooms were in a very poor state, so we built new ones out of the ISSB bricks that were over from the previous year, and they were painted by Canadian students who URF had brought over. We also bought the trike, which would help them with the garden, which was over 4 kilometres away. Now they are growing sweet potato, corn, cassava, avocado, guava, coffee, jackfruit, and feed for the animals. The Ugandan government are now insisting that every home in Uganda is registered. Ebenezer has never been registered, so there's a lot of work to do, and that's why we're raising money today. We're also starting microloans for children leaving the home to start businesses. So far we've managed to start 5, but we still need extra help with this too. Once we have the home registered, all the children are very much looking forward to us to getting new children into the home.
Ekitiibwa kyo